comes up to about $140 million that you're throwing around. I don't understand this, but here's all I gotta say. Don't go to the damn poker table. Don't go to the blackjack table. Don't go to the slot machine, for crying out loud, even if it's only asking you for $1. Don't do it. Stay the hell out of the casino other than your performance.
That's another piece of like what Floyd has done with his money after his fight career. Now, there is the lawsuit that Floyd is in with Showtime, and I don't think Al Heyman's a part of the lawsuit, even though he blames Al Heyman in a lot of the lawsuit for stealing his money. We're $340 million. We'll see if anything materializes out of that or if Floyd just spends more money out of his ass.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the...
According to Smith, the issue isn't a lack of income, but rather the way that money was handled over the years. He explained that despite the extraordinary paydays Mayweather collected in the ring, poor financial decisions appear to have created problems behind the scenes.
And you look at it from that standpoint and you say, wow, you're blaming them when in fact it's really, really you, because you can't do what they do every day. Maybe you should go to them to get some lessons.
It's a spending issue, not an income
Yes.
Logan Paul claims that his exhibition boxing match with Floyd Mayweather Jr. was sold in advance to a company based in Dubai for a reported $10 million.
He sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. That I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's
He got
facing a bunch.
rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12, 10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of house for 8. Sold for 6.6.
Oh, he really got
Just
rinsed.
the cost to build that house was 9 or 10.
Whoa, he got rinsed.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
It was huge.
Goddamn.
Who would win in a fight, you or 100 grams?
Probably
100
100
to me
grams.
is a lot.
100 grams. It's a lot of people.
Wade Plemon posted on X, claiming that Floyd Mayweather Jr. owes substantial amounts of money to numerous people, and suggested that the funds to repay those debts may no longer be available. In a separate message on the platform, Plemon also stated that several of Mayweather's commercial real estate holdings had gone into foreclosure. That claim was later referenced in reporting by Business Insider. Meanwhile, podcast host Joe Rogan commented that Mayweather accumulated more fight earnings than any boxer in history. However, Rogan argued that continuous lavish spending eventually drained those resources, using it as an example that even massive wealth can disappear without disciplined financial management.
Even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he got to be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where it shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million. That's crazy.
Wade Plemons claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly sold his private jet in order to help settle legal-related debts. Plemons also stated that Mayweather is believed to owe money to several individuals, suggesting that the former champion is facing difficulty keeping up with the scale of his financial responsibilities.
The house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make. Outside of maybe a strip club that no one goes to except you.
DJ Vlad stated that a well-known jeweler privately claimed Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing serious financial problems. According to Vlad, the source suggested that years of luxury living and extremely expensive spending habits have contributed to the boxer's current money issues.
Who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like crazy.
I mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling my.
Sean Porter explained that accepting the fight could actually be a reasonable move for Floyd Mayweather Jr. Porter suggested that Mayweather likely has the ability to deal with the challenge and might also gain something positive from stepping into that opportunity.
You don't want to do what we've seen Mike Tyson do against Jake Paul. You don't want to get in that ring and you haven't driven that car in so long that the engine runs hot, So both these guys, I think they're more than anything, they're trying to show us how serious they are about doing it again against one another, so.
Sean, how shocked were you when you found out that Floyd was coming back? Last time he fights is in 2017 against Conor McGregor. The guy has not fought, I said more than a decade, almost a decade, I should have said, in almost a decade. Even when you're Floyd Mayweather, that's got to be a hard thing to do, and especially when you're 49 years old.
So there's some really good pros about it. He's done some exhibitions. He's shown that he still has the abilities that he's had. They're clearly not what they used to be, but they're still there, and then beyond that, the fact that he lives a good, clean life.
Wade Plemons shared another post on X, claiming that Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly lost about $8 million on a home in Las Vegas. He also referenced reporting from Business Insider, which indicated that Mayweather had taken out roughly $54 million in loans, with interest rates around 9% that remain unpaid. Plemons further alleged that another of Mayweather's properties had recently gone through foreclosure. He added that the boxer may have sold his private aircraft and described him as someone who frequently gambles. According to these claims, the situation reflects ongoing financial pressure tied to expensive habits and risky financial decisions. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan discussed Mayweather's financial situation, suggesting that the root of the problem lies in an extremely lavish lifestyle. Rogan explained that large amounts of money were reportedly spent on luxury watches, high-end vehicles, and other costly items, which led to poor management of his earnings. Despite earning more from boxing than most fighters in history, Rogan said those heavy purchases eventually created difficulties in covering debts. As a result, Mayweather is now believed to owe substantial sums to multiple parties and could be facing serious financial consequences. Rogan concluded that even enormous wealth can disappear without responsible planning, pointing to Mayweather's circumstances as an example of how excessive spending can lead to financial trouble.
Nuts.
Crazy.
I remember Iran Barkley was talking about that. Iran Barkley, when he was in his prime, was hanging out with all these professional athletes, and everybody was getting diamond-crusted chains and this and that, and he was keeping up with these people. Like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. and he just found himself like draining all of his money. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
Mm-hmm. They trying to keep up.
Yeah. Which I thought was funny when I was listening to this conversation with Chad Ochocinco. He was talking about it. He was like,
his jewelry fake.
Yeah, he was wearing fake jewelry.
But who would know?
What's that?
Who would know?
No
Chad
one know.
Ochocinco.
Exactly.
It's
Fake
like when
jewelry,
they look at him, like
flying economy. He was sleeping at the stadium, like so he didn't have to pay for an apartment. So smart.
Yeah.
So clever.
DJ Vlad commented that the financial issues surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. are unexpected, especially considering the enormous amounts of money he reportedly earned during his boxing career. Vlad suggested that placing even a portion of those earnings into standard stock investments might have helped preserve long-term wealth. He also pointed out that Mayweather is known for traveling exclusively by private flights rather than flying commercially, though Vlad noted that he does not appear to own a personal aircraft. In contrast, he referenced Drake as someone who is known to have a private jet. Vlad clarified that he has never personally met Mayweather and does not have direct knowledge of his finances. However, he observed that maintaining multiple properties while continuing to spend heavily can sometimes lead to financial complications. He also recalled that Mayweather once purchased a building located in a jewelry district. Vlad concluded by saying that even individuals who earn extraordinary amounts of money can face problems if spending becomes excessive. And when someone is as publicly visible as Mayweather, any financial mismanagement can quickly attract attention.
Assume that Mayweather was in a similar spot because he made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But, I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never even met him. So I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of properties. You have a lot of money you're constantly spending.
Right.
I don't know. Remember at one point he said he was buying like the jewelry district building.
Yeah, and they said that wasn't true.
Was I don't know, man. I don't know this man's finances, but this guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
See, here's the shitty part about actually losing your money when you're on that level and you're, kind of like flossing, showing off. Nobody gives a shit. Like there are people actually praying for you to be broke.
Wade Plemons claims that since stepping away from professional boxing, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has struggled with managing his finances. He says ongoing legal disputes, including issues connected to Showtime, along with outstanding debts and mounting legal costs, have reportedly pushed Mayweather to sell several assets, such as a private jet and multiple real estate holdings. Plemons also noted that while Mayweather occasionally made money by buying and reselling houses, the overall results have not always been positive. He pointed to an example involving a property in Las Vegas where the deal reportedly ended with a net loss of about $4 million. Describing it as another sign of questionable financial decisions, he further suggested that Mayweather's participation in exhibition bouts, including a fight with John Gotti III, appears to be driven primarily by financial incentives rather than a passion for competition. According to Plemons, a combination of poor money management, expensive lifestyle choices, and efforts to cover existing debts suggests that Mayweather is facing difficulties maintaining the fortune he once built during his boxing career.
Way back, again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money. It isn't a loan. He's stealing. He didn't have provisions in place. I've talked about this, ad nauseum over the last couple of years, but The fact that we actually get some details on this from Logan is hilarious.
Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That
also, yeah, the fact that Logan agreed to 15%, he's got that manager, Jeff, who says, I make the big deals. He got absolutely rinsed on that deal. But also, Graham has some important information about Floyd Mayweather. And again, his, I wouldn't say shitty business dealings, but how bad he is with money. Let's keep listening.
Company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold this house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think,
he died.
Henry the Analyst shared his thoughts on the upcoming exhibition between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson. Describing it as one of the most financially driven decisions he has witnessed, he expressed surprise at seeing Tyson return to the ring following his bout with Jake Paul, calling the scenario unusual and unexpected as a dedicated boxing fan. Henry the Analyst criticized these one more fight exhibitions, suggesting that they prioritize entertainment and spectacle over the sport itself, rather than honoring the traditional competitive spirit of boxing.
Given the fact that I think Floyd Mayweather made close to $1 billion in his career. I mean, his career earnings are absolutely insane. His activities since then almost feel kind of demeaning to his legacy, I suppose you could say. Well, I can tell you that I did a little digging, and actually there are a number of lawsuits that are currently active against Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s name, and they're worth a significant amount of money. From controversies around endorsing certain cryptocurrencies, to millions of dollars worth of unpaid luxury items, and even allegations of unpaid luxury apartment rent. These are all alleged, and these are all the cases that currently exist against him. There's no record of some kind of settlement, and as far as I know, a lot of these are ongoing. To add to that, Mayweather even lodged his own case against Showtime, and he did that this year, reportedly seeking damages of $340 million. And the allegation there is apparently there's been a misappropriation of his.
Henry the Analyst noted that despite his doubts, the fight is expected to draw huge attention on Netflix, largely because both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao are former world champions. He mentioned that Pacquiao appears to be in surprisingly good condition following his previous match against Mario Barrios, whereas Mayweather hasn't competed in a proper fight for several years, making it unclear which fighter has more stamina left. Henry admitted that, although he isn't fully enthusiastic about the matchup, there is undeniable curiosity surrounding it. He criticized the event as primarily a money-making venture, arguing that platforms like Netflix focus more on profit than promoting boxing through traditional, regular bouts. While these high-profile exhibitions can generate exposure, Henry believes they don't necessarily contribute to the long-term growth of the sport. Reflecting on the first Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, he compared the excitement it generated to major cultural phenomena, but suggested that the current strategy takes advantage of fans' enthusiasm. Ultimately, Henry balances his skepticism with recognition of genuine fan interest, and he encourages supporting authentic boxing content, such as documentaries and other initiatives that highlight the sport beyond spectacle events.
A lot of it is to do with just the basic thing of money. The fact that they both need money. Mayweather probably needs it a little bit more than Pacquiao does, but it's there no matter what. One of the strange truths about this one coming into it is they're both going to be having exhibition bouts in the next couple of months. Pacquiao is randomly taking on Ruslan Provodnikov, who some of you may remember was a champion at 140 pounds. And Mayweather's taking on Mike Tyson of all people. I mean, that's the most money-motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering.
Some analysts suggest that the upcoming 3-fight arrangement could work in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s favor, and the benefits extend beyond just stepping into the ring. Each opponent in these exhibition matches, including Mike Tyson, carries massive star power, drawing attention on a global scale. Tyson, in particular, has a fan base that spans millions worldwide, meaning any event featuring him is likely to generate interest far beyond the usual boxing audience. This heightened visibility can translate into substantial financial rewards for Mayweather. offering an opportunity to offset previous losses and the effects of prior mismanagement of his earnings.
I love first of all, the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson. I like that. Why? Because I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. And look, bro, you really can't take it with you. You know what I mean? These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight, in the first fight with Mike Tyson. That's huge. Mike Tyson versus Floyd, I think the highest rated show that has been on television, boxing match that has been in the last, since Ali, probably. Definitely since the days of when ABC was showing things. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. You can get Mike Tyson, and Floyd Mayweather can do those type of numbers as well.
The 3-fight plan is reportedly designed to maximize earnings for Floyd Mayweather Jr. without depending entirely on traditional pay-per-view revenue. Analysts note that a mix of sponsorship agreements, international promotions, and ticket sales from live events could generate enough income to help restore his finances. Some commentators speculate that this approach could represent Mayweather's most calculated return yet, allowing him to earn substantial sums while addressing the effects of years of extravagant spending. These exhibitions may give him the opportunity to re-establish his status as one of boxing's top earners while achieving a meaningful financial recovery. Observers are closely monitoring the situation to see if this 3-fight arrangement can effectively resolve the long-standing money challenges he has faced.
A lot of money in boxing that comes from Greece. Okay, a lot of money is credited to Saudi Arabia for investing in boxing.
Sean Porter remarked that the exhibition between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was exceptional, drawing massive attention and attracting a huge audience. He suggested that while the upcoming bout between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is high profile, it likely won't generate the same level of excitement or turnout. Porter emphasized that Jake Paul has a rare talent for captivating and energizing fans, turning his fights into spectacles that extend beyond the sport itself. Not every boxer can command that kind of audience engagement. They noted that although Mayweather and Pacquiao are iconic figures within boxing, today's entertainment-driven fights often rely on personalities who can actively connect with fans, something Paul does exceptionally well. Porter's observation underscores that in modern boxing, drawing power isn't just about skill inside the ring. It also hinges on a fighter's ability to engage and mobilize their audience.
Look at Mike and Jake, and that did like 108+ million people. And then I think Terrence and Canelo did like 40-something million people. Huge audience, obviously, but not even half of Mike and Jake. Do you think it ultimately gets a massive audience? Again, because it is too. If you've got Netflix, you can watch this thing for free. You don't got to shell out $100 for a pay-per-view.
Does this knock out the 108 that Tyson and Paul did?
That's asking a lot, right?
That's asking a lot because you have a Jake Paul that's cross. He brings a different kind of crowd.
Yeah.
Floyd's touched that crowd. Manny, of course, has touched that crowd. But I don't think they're gonna pull in 108. Yeah. They 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, they'll do more than 40. I can see them doing maybe 60, 80. But 100 is a little hard to imagine. But it is Netflix.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.